Well, welcome to the reality of what this Nana looks like before the magic happens. For the longest time, I was the woman who just washed her face, threw on clothes, and walked out the door. I completely stopped wearing makeup. It actually took my 20 something daughter gently convincing me that it was okay to spend a little more time on me again. So today we're doing the whole thing. My hair's rolled up, as you can plainly see. Makeup, outfit, shoes. I have a shopping trip and a date with my son tonight, and I want to feel good doing it. So come on, get ready with me. All right, so in getting prepared, one of the things that my daughter taught me to do was to mix the moisturizer with the foundation that I wanted to wear. And it would help make it to where it didn't look quite so cakey, because that was one of the big things I didn't like about putting on foundation, was that it would get all caked into the creases and make me look 10 times older. So with this little hack that she taught me, it's made a huge difference, and it makes it super light going on. So here I am. I'm just squirting all of it onto a little glass piece. I actually got that at the Dollar Tree, so it's the perfect size for my vanity. And this is retinol that I'm mixing in with it. It really does make a difference when you do this. So again, it's going on super light. It's perfect for day wear, because I hope you guys know, and I'm sure the majority of you do if you're my age, that day wear and night wear are two totally different things. And office wear is, well, let's make that three totally different things. But when we're just going out, grocery shopping, or, I don't know, going out to dinner with your son, that you don't have to overdo it. You just want to look naturally beautiful. Am I right? So how do you guys generally prepare for your foundation? Do you do something similar? Do you use, several different types of foundations or concealers and highlighters and contours and all of that stuff? Yeah, I tried that too, and I just looked like a clown by the time I was done. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and use this beautiful foundation brush. Honestly, I cannot remember where I got it. I think it's e.l.f. if I'm not mistaken, but the bristles are so tight together, and it's so smooth going on my face. It doesn't poke me at all. I really like this one. So here, we'll go ahead and we will watch it as we go. Okay, I just have to comment on the fact that I cannot put makeup on without having my mouth hanging wide open. I think this is a female trait. I don't know. You guys tell me, do y'all find that whenever you're putting on any kind of makeup, that your mouth is all hanging open? So at this point, I am actively trying not to hold my mouth open, and it is hard. All right, so I'm sure you noticed that I'm not putting on, my daughter called primer. I guess it's a foundation before the foundation to make everything stick. But I just find it's too much on my eyes. So just doing the basic foundation on my eyes really does work, and it holds everything together, which is great. Also, I'm not sure if you notice that the majority of the strokes that I'm doing on my face are upwards and outwards. My mom taught me that when I was a teenager. So that's something that's, you got to know that for sure, is it helps, if anything. Okay, now this is simply for the dark circles under my eyes. My daughter taught me that when I put on just a slightly darker shade under my eyes and right underneath my cheekbones, that's the contouring that's pretty much all the contouring I need. I don't want to look like I'm going out for a night on the town. I just want to enhance the, the things God gave me already, which is some cheekbones, right? But those dark circles, man, they've got to go away. I will ask all of you if you have any ideas of how to get rid of dark circles and bags under your eyes whenever you wake up in the morning. And heck, at my age, I have bags under my eyes for the entire day sometimes. I really don't know how to get rid of them. If you could share that, that would be amazing. And I'm sure our chat would love that as well. And I'll thank you in advance. All right, so now it's time to blend. We're gonna get a little blending going on. Again, I used to, growing up, all we ever used to put on our makeup, because remember, this was in the 80s and 90s, we just used our fingertips. We didn't have beauty blenders or makeup application blushes. Not growing up in East Texas, that's for darn sure. And heck, most of the time to even put on eye makeup, we had our finger or a Q-tip, because those tiny little spongy applicators would tear to pieces after so many uses. So yeah, this is all luxury items nowadays. I'm sure a lot of you guys take them for granted, or you wish you had them. I don't know your status in life, but for me, it was something I never thought about. But once I learned how to do these things and how it would make everything look more natural and no jawline, wow, those blenders are awesome. So right now I'm getting everything else prepared. Honestly, this makeup, the eye makeup, is probably 10 years old at this point. When you see it open, you're going to see that it's one of those complete little kits that I got years and years ago from a Mary Kay lady. And it's pretty much all I use whenever I go out with my husband, if I do decide to put anything on. And you can see just how much it's been used after almost a decade. And I know some of you are probably going to say, Patty, a decade, throw that stuff away. But I paid real money for this stuff. So I just can't bring myself to it. How long do you guys generally keep your makeup? I mean, if it's powders, I don't see what the issue is, right? And then this is my little handy dandy bag. I keep this in my drawer. It's the easiest. It fits in there. Everything sticks together. Now, I do have another drawer that has like all the brushes and things that I've bought throughout the years, but this is just my main stuff. It's my go-to stuff, I guess, and I can just throw it in my bag if we're going, out somewhere, like if we're gonna go to a different city and stay overnight, or if my husband just kind of impromptu says, hey, let's go to Mississippi or let's go to Oklahoma, then I just grab that, throw it in there, and I'm ready to go. And as you can see, like I was telling you, this makeup palette is about a decade old. It is crazy, I tell you, that is all that has been used out of it, and it's still, the pigmentation is still so strong, and I love it. And no, I'm not a Mary Kay lady, so I'm not trying to sell you this makeup. Oh, and if any of you are brand new to my channel, I've only done one other voiceover before, and it went over really well. Again, I'm still learning all of this stuff, so you're gonna see different types of videoing and different types of editing that I've done. And another reason why I decided to go ahead and start putting on makeup again is because I use a program called CapCut, and it allows you to put on virtual makeup. And after I posted a video, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, I looked back on it and I look like my face is just completely made out of cartoon. I mean, it's too much. Anyway, so I figured, you know what, we just got to be me on here, and no more of those video enhancements because it can really get away from you. So, and also I learned that I need to edit with my glasses on. Yeah, glasses are helpful. I'm trying to go and get that full coverage. And I'll be honest, I pretty much do the same shape on my eyes as I did when I was a teenager, finally allowed to wear makeup. But I just use different colors now. And I don't wear, the black eyeliner as thick as a porcelain doll's. But that was a thing back then, man. If you rode a skateboard, or if you were a break dancer, or you did any of the things that I did growing up, you put your makeup on really, really dark. So yeah, I think I was kind of goth before goth was a thing. And growing up in East Texas, yeah, that wasn't greatly looked upon. But it is what it is. I enjoyed my life. I did get picked on quite a bit. And I do think it could have been due to, my poor makeup applications. That really could have been a thing. So now I'm simply using the medium colored, plummy color for my eyeliner, the plummish color eyeshadow as the eyeliner, instead of going in with a thick stick, because that just does not do well for me. My daughter's so sweet. She tried to do it one time with liquid eyeliner, and I thought, oh, this is going to be so simple. I tried to do it after she left. Oh my God, it was terrible. And I looked like a clown, and it was so hard to get off. It was almost like permanent ink. Yeah, I know. I'm slow, but I'm still learning. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. That's a little smudgy brush. Never even knew one of those things existed. All right, so this is where I'm going to go in and do the crease of my eye. And I learned from my daughter that if you go in with if you go in with the brush parallel to your face, to where it is a horizontal instead of vertical. If you go in horizontal and go just right inside the crease of your eye, and then bring it down from the corner of your eye to just the very middle of the lid, the eyelash line, then it's going to give you a great, just the perfect amount of shade going in there. And so it makes it look more like you do have more definition without overdoing it. Yeah, I'm sure you saw me with my mouth hanging open. I'm still trying. I'm trying to force my mouth shut, guys. Y'all know y'all do the same thing. Don't judge. There it goes again. Oh my gosh, my vision is so bad. I'm having to squint to see the tips of the brushes. Getting old sucks sometimes. One of my favorite blending brushes. Again, I think this one is from Elf. I have no idea. But it's super soft, like a little rabbit's foot. Okay, and I just have to comment on my Princess Leia hair at this moment. So I pre-curled my hair once I got out of the shower this morning, and the reason that I go ahead and put it up in the curlers afterwards is because I want the curls to stay in somewhat. I live in Louisiana, so the humidity in the air is just like it kills any hairdo that you have. So by the end of the day, if I'm out and about, these curls will be gone. So I'm doing everything in my power to keep them up and let them cool off completely before taking out those little rollers. And those are just some little rollers that I got on Temu a while back. You're actually supposed to pull your hair through it and then roll it up. But for me, it always made like these little fish hooks on the end of my hair, so I must have been doing something wrong. I don't know. Have y'all ever had any luck with them? I'll show you in just a little bit exactly what they look like. So if you have some and you know of a better way to make them work without pulling your hair out, let me know that as well. Okay, so one of the things as we get older, at least in my case, eyebrows start disappearing. It's the wildest thing. I'm not a person that ever really plucked my eyebrows growing up. Some people say, oh, you've lost your eyebrows because you plucked them. No, mine just went away practically. And over the course of the last year, they're starting to come back a little bit. But so I am learning how to put on use the eyebrow pencil. Again, thanks to Madison, my little girl. She taught me how to do it without looking like a clown. Okay, you see I'm swirling the eye mascara here. There's a reason for that. If you pump your mascara in and out, it's going to force air into it and it dries it out really fast. Normally I use like a tube, like a squishy tube of mascara. And the reason I do that is because I can squeeze the tube and then just twist um, my mascara wand and then, you know, get as much as I want on there. But I went on my oldest daughter's TikTok shop and I purchased this colossal kind, and it's actually really good. It goes on and it stays on for such a long time. I'm sure you guys have seen them in TikTok shops. So if y'all have, it really is worth the purchase. And I just realized that entire time my magnifying mirror was magnifying my armpit. 'Tis life. And ladies, I'm telling you, it is a struggle. The struggle is real not to open my mouth while I'm putting on my mascara. I am having to make a conscious effort here not to look like a billy goat saying bah. All right, just trying to get a little definition on my eyelashes using the tip of it now. And that really does help. It separates them out. I don't want to go for spider lashes. I don't want to go for ultra, ultra long. I just want them to show up for the party. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, this is another thing. I rarely ever did. It's something I absolutely didn't do growing up. But this is a lip liner. It's LA Colors. It's my favorite because I think it looks very natural. It just fills in my lips. Um, Okay, so one of the things that I did learn, and I thought it was so strange at first, was to go just on the outside of my lips, and then it would make my lips look a little more full, not clownish, not thick, but just on the outside of my lip line. And it stays, and it makes sure that any of the lipstick or gloss that I put on doesn't bleed. And if you're anywhere near my age, you'll know that lipstick can bleed, and it is not a pretty sight. So this lip liner really does help. And so I found this one. I'll go ahead and cover the majority of my lips, and then I'll put on my lip gloss. And it is my absolute favorite lip gloss now. My daughter Madison turned me onto it last time she was here. I'll show you what it is here in just a minute. I think you're gonna like it too. By the time I'm done, it's a very natural color. It's not red. It's not pink. It's kind of a oh, what is the name of it? Let me look. Hold on. It is called Honey Talks, and it's by Elf. And right now I'm searching for it. I couldn't figure it out. It's normally right there on my vanity. I'm not sure exactly what happened. So I started searching around. That's me, my frustrated look, trying to figure out what the heck I did with it. All right, so I found it. It was in my big drawer where it's normally not at. I do not know why I put it in there. And it just gives me just enough of that shine, just a little bit, and it's so moisturizing, and it has a really good smell. The scent is let me see. Gosh, it's almost like a minty smell, but it's not mint. I don't know. It just doesn't smell like nasty lip gloss. It smells good. And it stays on my lips pretty well for several hours. Have you guys ever used these e.l.f. products? Okay, so this is one of those brushes that um, I love. I can use this to, I don't use it to apply the powder, but I use it to smooth it out. And the only places I use powder are on the places that, for me nowadays, since I've gotten older, it's my chin and just right on my cheekbones, because now I have those little red spidery veins on my cheekbones, and I don't want those, shining through. So that's the only reason I'm putting that on there right now. And then I'll take my beautiful little brush and I will smooth all of that out. Again, you'll notice this is not going anywhere near the wrinkles because the powder just makes it 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times worse. And my daughter turned me on to all of this makeup, really. The Airspun powder is so light, and it blends in with everything. And again, take a look at this palette. A decade old or longer. I don't remember. I've had it that long. But yeah, it just takes such a little amount to do anything. Okay, so we talked earlier about applying your makeup. Now, my mother was a stickler about this. She was a cosmetologist. She worked in that industry for decades. And my Aunt Jean and my Aunt Barbara and my cousin Deanna and my cousin Dennis, and I mean, everybody was into makeup and hair, and they did that for a living. So one of the things I've always learned is go up as much as possible, and then you'll blend it. But when you're going up, it really does help from pulling down on your skin. You don't want to do that, and you never want to overdo it with blush. Just enough to get the contours just right, and put a little color on your cheeks. That's it. Well, and your forehead. And this is where I go under. As a Nana, I now have a neck I'm not proud of. And I can honestly say I always had a very sharp jawline and a very, my neck was always taut. But since the surgery, because my neck is fused, since the surgery, I can't use all the muscles in my neck anymore. And so everything started dropping, which is very frustrating. If you guys know of any facial exercises or anything that you can do when your neck is fused, let me know in the comments. I would really love to know that. And if there's anyone else here that has a neck fusion that has figured it out, I mean, share. There's a lot of us out there. Okay, so it's time to take out them rollers. And yeah, it's not looking too pretty on this one. It got stuck. Oh, these Timu rollers. But you know, I'm just doing my best to try to keep the curl on as long as possible. So here I'm really deliberating. Do I cut this or how am I going to get this out? So it took several tries, and I'm finally, once I get past this point, I'm finally able to get it off. There it is, and it was like a rat's nest on that portion of that curl. So yeah, I've got to do better. I've got to do better. The other side, after experiencing the first side the way that it was, I did it holding both ends so that I didn't pull all my hair out. All right, now I got my little Farrah Fawcett going on, or I don't know, one of Charlie's Angels. Please tell me one of you out there remembers Charlie's Angels. And no, I'm not naturally a blonde. I am naturally a very dark auburn. But you know, with time comes all of those wonderful little grays poking out. So I had the mad idea this summer or last summer to instead of dyeing my hair darker, to go ahead and try something lighter. I mean, I figured I'm dyeing my hair anyway, might as well give it a go. I've never been a blonde before. So I figured, hey, this might hide the new grays that are coming in. Yeah, that's not what's really happening here. I've got about an inch of oh, that's the Timu roller that I was telling you about. You're supposed to pull the hair through, but it always causes that fish hook on the end. Um, Anyway, so I tried to go blonde here. I think the color came out beautiful. I did it home, you know, by myself. I bleached my hair, then I toned my hair. I guess after, you know, 30, 40 years of watching my mom and my aunts and my cousins do it, it's not really that hard for me. But now I've got to figure out how to color match. So these roots don't start really getting away from me, because they're about to get away from me. So y'all may see me with uber blonde hair coming up, or I might just dye it all super silver. What do y'all think? Should I go super silver, or maybe even like a red? I I don't know. My skin tone is a light olive now as I've gotten older. Um, and my eyes are dark brown. What are your thoughts? I mean, what hair color do you think would look best? Because going dark, dark, dark is just really highlighting the grays coming in. It's not like salt and pepper anymore. It's like, who spilled the table salt? You know, the table salt looks bad. All right, so I'm going in. I found that one piece that was just not staying curled the way that it was supposed to. So just give it one little bump there, give it a little extra curl. And I'm debating at this moment, should I go ahead and just put a clip in it and leave it there for a little bit? And that way it'll hold its shape a little bit better. Yep. How do y'all hold the curls in your hair without putting a whole bunch of chemicals on your hair? I know I've already bleached it, which is massively chemicals, but I don't want to add any more if I don't have to. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a little fabulous with those curls. And yes, the moment I walk outside, half of them will be gone. But I'm doing my best, ladies. All right, what do you think? Now it's time to clean up everybody, everywhere. Because if we don't clean up, we're just going to come home to a nasty house and frustration. And then I'll have to clean it all up before I go to bed. And I don't want to have to do that. So this is part of preparation as well. Just going ahead. I'm sitting there already. It's not taking me anything but a couple of minutes to put everything away and take the brush and the squishy thing to the bathroom and wash them real quick. Okay, so here's the back of my hair, how that turned out. Again, most of that's going to be gone the minute I walk outside, so enjoy. Thank you for getting ready with me this morning. The whole reason I wanted to do that is to show that even in the simple things like making sure your hair is done, making sure you're dressed for the shoes, which I didn't show that whole thing, but that's a fly lady thing I learned years and years ago. Get up in the morning, your feet hit the floor, you immediately start making your bed, you get dressed to the shoes, right? So the lady that runs Fly Lady, Martha or no, Marla, I believe her name. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm terrible with names. Anyway, so she says to get dressed to the shoes and make sure you get up and just be prepared for the day because anything could happen. I mean, what happens if you have family from out of town unexpectedly show up, right? You're gonna want to be dressed. You don't want to be sitting there in your house coat. No, you don't want to be running around the house barefooted. Well, okay, I'll admit I'm barefoot 80% of the time, unless I'm going to be working outside for a few minutes, which these days is kind of rare, which is why I really am excited about the 10 bucket raised bed garden. It's going to push me outside again, you know. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there for this video. The reason I wanted to be prepared today is because my son came over yesterday, Tristan, and I unloaded a whole bunch of groceries on him. Things that, well, you're just going to have to watch that video to figure out why I did that. Because I have a pantry that generally can feed us for anywhere from a year to 2 years. Not today. So I'm going to have to go shopping. But I wanted to be prepared for if he wanted to come over a little bit earlier, because yesterday while we were doing that, we decided that we were going to go out to dinner tonight. And he's taking me to some dumpling place. So I'm really excited about that. It's been a long time since he and I have had a mother-son, you know, dinner, just the two of us. It's always been all the family, you know. But this is going to be nice. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to just some really great in-depth conversations with him about his life and how things are going. So anyway, I just wanted to show what it takes to try to look as natural as possible as a grandma. I don't know. It was years. I went years without wearing any kind of makeup. And then my daughter Madison, she told me, she was like, Mom, you might want to wear a little bit of makeup before. Daughter Madison, she told me, she was like, Mom, you might want to wear a little bit of makeup if we're going somewhere. And so she sat down and she showed me the things that I needed to do. I'm going to post a picture of my daughter, Madison, in here. And I know she's going to be like, Mom, why did you do that? But I just have to show why her opinion, your opinion, matters to me. So I absolutely love everything that she's taught me. It just made me so happy. So I'm trying to go out just as natural as possible, but without looking ancient. I don't want to cake anything on. No powder around the eyes, no powder on the forehead, no powder wherever the most wrinkles are, because it's just gonna get all caked in there and all nasty. So this is my morning preparation, getting ready for my day. Also, I have to go to Walmart, you know, or Champagne's. I've got to go to both stores in order to get the types of foods that I need. I may take you guys along with me. So, well, it has been such a pleasure getting to spend some time with you today. If you have beauty secrets or morning routines or morning preparations to help your day go a lot smoother, please share. I need ideas. And I know I am not the only Nana on here, you know, trying to figure this stuff out. So anyway, I love you guys. Share this video with another Nana who may be trying to figure out how to do it for herself. Don't be scared. Just get all in there. Just try. Just don't do the whole 80s thing, because that makes you look older. In my opinion. Some of you might be able to pull it off, but me, no. I'll have to show you guys what that looks like on me one day. That was disgusting. But I used to really rock it with a really dark eyeliner and blood red lipstick. I was a little goth before it was called goth. Anyway, so I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.